Greetings to you, and of course, I bid the saints of Yahweh Shalom. Welcome to this broadcast. Hopefully, it'll be brief because it's pretty late and I need to get some rest. Nonetheless, I find it quite necessary, absolutely important, to sit here before you tonight to speak to this matter of aggression, military aggression, shown towards us as Guyanese by Venezuelans. If you can hear me clearly on YouTube and also on Facebook, please let me know. I would love for the quality of the stream to be that which is clear and good enough for you to understand every word that I say. Greetings to you all. Welcome. Thank you. So it's clear on Facebook. I'll await word from YouTube. Thank you so much. Greetings to you all. I've had an extremely long day. I've traveled for about 6 or 7 hours today, so I'm here. And if you know anything about traffic nowadays and the quality of the roads you have to drive on, this is a task. But I would not allow tonight to go by without sharing with you that which is extremely important to all Guyanese. YouTube, is there anyone in YouTube who's hearing me and seeing me clearly? I would certainly appreciate the feedback. We are witnessing not just the fulfillment of a prophetic utterance made to Irfan Ali or many. I prophesied by the Spirit of Yahweh. Remember the false prophets that Irfan like to talk about? Don't listen to false prophets, said he. Okay. So I told him that Maduro will be and is the person assigned to deal with him. Because Irfan Ali is paid to lead this country. Irfan Ali is supposed to uphold that which is just and that which is right. Irfan Ali seemed to forget that he was most disrespectful. I don't forget things. Irfan Ali was most disrespectful, most uncaring, and also disregarding of those who asked him the question about whether the FBI would be considered for Adriana Young's investigation. Remember his attitude? I would not belabor the point. I would not belabor this point, and his facial expression changed. He was livid. He was disgusted by the mere thought that he's going to be asked about Adriana Young. Imagine that. An 11-year-old girl who was murdered. And Irfan Ali was extremely disrespectful to even the memory and the sound of her name. And within just about 24 hours after that, you got word about civilian-clad men shooting at soldiers in Guyana. I don't forget things. And I told you that, Irfan, I do not forget things. Let the true prophets who were praying with you at Culture Center come and help you now. I do not forget things. Let the true prophets who are at the Culture Center with you and entertain you with your nonsense and your charade, let them come and help you now. I told you that the injustice that is being meted out to Adriana Young and her family, you will have to deal with it. Not from an earthly perspective. Did I not tell you that? Did I not tell you that, Irfan Ali? I told the nation that because I don't prophesy in secret by the Spirit of Yahweh. I told you that. I told the nation that. You want to be unjust with these people, you understand exactly how Yahweh functions. Because this is not a case that's ordinary. When you want to trample on the rights of the poor and the needy, heaven will be against you. But you are being goaded by those who like opportunities, not justice. Further to that, I told you, Irfan Ali, that you are leading or being paid to lead this country. And for the first time, a president of Guyana, as far as I'm aware, would have labeled anyone burning tires in the street as terrorists. And not just that, have them arrested and charged for terrorism, which is one of the most serious crimes to commit in any part of the world. You have the nerve to look at young Guyanese males and females and label them to the Attorney General as terrorists. And he said Guyana was ahead of everybody else. He's boasting, Anil Nandalal. Nandalal is boasting, we're ahead of everybody else. The other Caribbean territories are behind. We were the first to enact this anti-terrorism law, where if you burn a tire on the road, according to his reasoning, you're a terrorist. It has gotten so bad, all because of Adriana's case being hidden, that when a nurse, you say she's a nurse assistant, spoke in private, according to what they said, it was her who was speaking, about she doesn't think the girl was murdered. And Frank, whoever Frank was, Frank Anthony rushed to issue a disclaimer. The girl never said Frank Anthony. She said Frank. Called her and told her she needs to stand in for him, and she was there. And the girl said all that. You know, you heard of the girls. This girl was arrested for being recorded privately, not not in a voice note. I keep saying that. She didn't send a message to anybody. She spoke in a private conversation. And Ali, you have the guts to sit in this country and say that that girl is a terrorist? Huh? That girl is arrested and now being held as a terrorist? I told you, sir. You're not in, sir, for me. I told you, young man. I told you that the man you see you captured, or they captured, the policeman captured on the night when Adriana, they said, oh, she drowned. And when Caleb, the doctor, the endocrinologist, said that before they went into the room, they all agreed that she drowned. I don't forget that. I do not forget these things. Before they went into the room, they determined and agreed all that she drowned. You have forensic pathologists, as you said. And instead of going through the expected commonsensical approach, which would be to investigate, then conclude, they concluded before an investigation. And when there was a response in the street, after police came shooting people for no reason, as far as I'm aware, no announcement made. They shouldn't disperse anything. They just started to shoot. When there were agents provocateurs, people who were infused or put into the crowd to cause problems. You said that these people, when they were arrested, you all said they're terrorists. I told you, Irfan Ali, very clearly, that the same scrapes y'all want to brand these people as, I told you. 2 weeks haven't passed yet. I told you, Irfan Ali, and I showed the nation of Guyana this right here. I showed the entire nation this. I'm a false apostle. I'm a false prophet. Where is it? Not that. Forgive me. Let me find it. No, that's a voting story. Ah, here it is. This one. This one right here. Did I not tell you, Irfan? Did I not tell you very plainly that the law, the Constitution of Guyana, states that it is the duty of every citizen to defend the state, which is why Lyndon Fobb Sampson Burnham coined the term every citizen a soldier. Oh, but today, Khan could crawl out of a hole. And when Venezuelans started shooting at Guyanese soldiers, Khan suddenly remembered that this is in the Constitution. Every citizen a soldier? Hell no. Scrapes aren't soldiers. Don't forget that. Thugs aren't soldiers. Hell no. You're not going to play that game with us. You're not going to do that because I have a word for the army tonight. Don't come to us with that nonsense. Scrapes and Nurse King is not a soldier. Don't forget that. Terrorists aren't soldiers. You don't have terrorists to defend the country. So every citizen is not a soldier in this country. Ali is a soldier. The cousins are soldiers. Amir, Ahmad, he's a soldier. Those who could run out all over the road all night and shoot people and shoot up in the air and shoot all over the place, let them be the soldiers. Don't come to us with that nonsense. Do not come to us with that foolishness. Oh, so your rich business friends now want the scrapes to go to protect them? No. All those who you give the big contracts to do things and they have gun license, you all know just what I'm talking about. And who friends and sons and family could have gun license, let them go to the border. They're soldiers. Share security, you could guard everything, go guard the border. No, don't come with that nonsense. You're disrespectful to people. I told you it. You want to call Guyanese scrapes, thugs, hooligans? Oh, and today they want to invoke this constitutional article here because it's in law. I told you this before the army said it. I said this to you all that it's written in law. It is the duty of every citizen to defend the state. That is, you know why? Because you are a socialist country. That's the constitution. And if Ghana is a socialist nation, then the society owns the nation. Not friends, families, cat, dog, rat of the PPP. The society owns the country. And by right, you defend your house. So you defend the nation, which is yours. But we don't own this country. Oh, you can be collecting all of this money from oil. You're having fun with our oil money. And then whenever you decide that your back is against the wall for some reason, oh, look, man, I'll take some money here. Let's give 10-day workers. Oh, no. You remember what you were doing? Going up a beast and sharing money. I remember, come to Linden with 2 cows and you make special phone calls and you have that cross in Linden, texting people, come to the club and you all collect money. No, let them go to the border. Every citizen is not a soldier. But I came here tonight. To make it clear to y'all. Hungry belly and hungry belly dogs don't go to the border because we're too hungry to go. Remember that? We're not going anywhere. But beyond that, this is what I came to speak to you all about. You, Mr. Khan, Brigadier, you from the army, and all y'all who sat to the head table today, I came to talk to you right now before I go to my bed. You need to tell us. Don't comment every citizen soldier story here yet. Tell us how you could sit down, y'all, and watch politicians label citizens whom you swore to defend. Tell us how you, in the army, could sit and watch Anil Nandlal look at a young nurse, her situation, and say that this amounts to terrorism because he is the advisor to the state on legal matters. So I will call his name. He could tell me if he disagrees because he had to then get her out of where she is. Anil Nandlal is paid to be the advisor to all state agencies regarding law and order, if you don't know that. He deals with the Constitution. That's why he's called the Minister of, or the Attorney General. So you need to tell us how you could sit around and have these people. Boy, you're lucky it's so late. I want to make noise before I go to sleep. You need to tell me how you have the guts, to sit, y'all in the army, and watch these men grab Guyanese citizens like cattle, throw them before the court and say that they're terrorists for burning a tire. You sat and watched that. And if y'all want to play, you don't know, it is the duty of the army. Whenever you mention the word terrorism, that's not police anymore. The military forces are called into deal with terrorists because that is where the state is threatened. That is where there is a political ideology or religious ideology intended to terrorize the state. That's not police job. And y'all sit there and have people calling us terrorists because you have a private conversation. You should have dealt with Irfan Ali. That's what y'all should have done. Y'all should have stepped up to defend Guyanese because you cannot sit in the army and tell us. I'm tired, so y'all forgive me. Don't think you can get off with this foolishness. You sat there in the army and you know that the Constitution states that every citizen has a duty to protect the country. Now, if it's every citizen's duty to protect the state, how do you call those who are soldiers without uniforms terrorists for burning tires? and terrorist for speaking privately, and then tell us go to the border? Hell no. I told you I don't want to be presidential. How I talking? I don't know how to be the nice. Oh yes, and my fellow citizens, Guyanese, we are faced with a very significant threat. No, no. I lead the people's movement, and I don't intend to be nice to any one of y'all. I would be the down to earth, hardcore, raw presidential candidate with you because you don't understand nice language. Nobody's going anywhere because you should never sit back. You should never sit back and watch people be arrested in this country. Potential soldiers. For Burnham's statement was every citizen a soldier. They used to train people, ordinary civilians, to shoot SLRs, rifles, to protect ourselves. And you got the nerve to have a finale and Barrett and his tribe calling people terrorists? You crazy? Shooting people on the road as though we wild animals? When can you as an army sit back and watch policemen go on the road with live rounds and shoot civilians and kill them when they have nothing in their hands? And y'all don't say that this is a matter for the army to step up and say, stop it. Stop this now. You cannot do this to civilians. Oh, but everybody has to protect their pocket. Everybody has to protect a contract. Everybody has to protect the fact that since the PPP is there, we get 20 million contract, 10 million contract, we're making money. So because we're making money, to hell with civilians. Well, we're not going to anybody to defend anything. Y'all call me terrorist now. Call me a terrorist and say that I'm saying what is treasonous. What's treasonous is when you could sit back and see a president tell a nurse, under his watch, I should say, some prosecutor or whatever you want to call it, arrest a nurse who spoke in a private conversation about a dead girl and say that you are a terrorist. Let us talk about the soldiers at the itinerary band. Talk about the soldiers at the border who barely have supplies. Talk about that. Talk about the fact that why is it so easy for Venezuelans to shoot at us and we can't return fire because Robeson told them to shoot and scoot. Why don't we talk about the fact that a Venezuelan man said that Barrett told him, I'm just saying what the fella said, that it is PNC who don't like y'all. We're okay with y'all being here. I don't forget. I tell you, I don't forget things. Tell us how many Venezuelans are in Guyana and tell us why they so quickly receive ID cards. Because they can potentially vote, huh? Oh, okay. Well, let them go to the border. I have more for you. This is just the warm before I go to bed. This is my tea, as it's old. People tell you drink your tea and go to bed. This is my tea for you all before I go to bed because I'm waiting for you for tomorrow, Yahweh willing. You're gonna have to tell us what makes you think in your right minds that the military personnel, the high-ranking military officials, can decide in their minds that you could sit and watch policemen arrest ordinary citizens, unarmed people who just have a private conversation in a car or a vehicle, and it's thrown to the public domain, and you can arrest that person, have her image splashed across the media, have a story written that this girl is a terrorist and she faces 15 years in jail, and not one of y'all soldiers stepped up in reference to your high rank and say, you cannot do this. You have not said as a military body that this has to stop. So how do you plan? And I know you want to try the game to say, well, if Nali is the commander-in-chief, the commander-in-chief has to function by the Constitution because you're sworn to protect the state, not Ali. Ali has bodyguards, that's police. When it comes to the integrity of the state, that's your job. And if any president seeks to threaten civilians in this nation to the point whereby he just grabs them like little cattle or agencies of the state, are grabbing them and throwing them out of the place, and the president is telling them, say, y'all stop. He is silent, hence he's complicit. Ali has not once said, hey, no, don't do this. You cannot do this to civilians. He actually said that he feels the pain. He feels the pain for those who suffered from looting. And he's going to go to the, and who were beaten. Who was beaten? Who did you see receive a beating because of Adriana's situation? Name one. I'm going to see them still. I'm still waiting for you to show me one person who was beaten because of Adriana's situation. Bring them and let me see. Show me when the men got upset and said, no, we're not accepting this girl drowned. Hell no. Show me who got beating. Where are the people? You can't come back and tell us this as it's in the face story. We have not heard another word about who threw acid on the people. What we heard is that police have arrested somebody. That's what was on the spread on social media, and the person happened to be a partner or husband of some sort or ex or something of this person, this individual. Show us. I saw the image of those two young men over a year ago. And you want to sit there in the army, enjoy your benefits, and not protect soldiers. We are soldiers, if you don't know. The law says that every citizen has a right to protect the nation. Therefore, every citizen must be considered a potential soldier. When there is a crime or a war issue or the environment of this nature, every citizen must be considered for defending the nation. However, it makes sense to me that the army should say, hey, we only 3,500 in number, if so many. So we need civilians. And if you call them terrorists and you say that they're terrorists homebred, we have a problem. Because if we keep terrorizing our citizens, they would not be trying to protect anybody. And most of the Constitution never afforded the president the right to label a guy. He's a terrorist because he burned a tire. Take the Venezuelans, whom you welcome so willingly, take them to the border. I don't think Maduro will shoot his own people, so take them. Have a long human chain with them and you let them stand at the border. You soldiers, not the lower rank, you upper tier, I am dissatisfied, disheartened, and I'm certainly disappointed in all of y'all. Oh, today after you said these Venezuelans clad in civilian clothing shot at y'all 3 times. At our soldiers, our young men, our brothers and sisters, our brothers. Oh, you suddenly discovered that you knew the law, you know the law, and that the law says that every citizen is a soldier. So I don't know scrapes for soldiers. Scrapeheads, they're soldiers too. As I said, I just wanted to come here before I rest my head tonight because I don't know if I'll wake up. So every day is the last day for me. That's how I live my life. You will understand clearly, y'all, that this nonsense you did to us, the tyranny you've exercised towards us, the dictatorship that you're trying your best to exercise over us will not work. We are a united people in Guyana, and y'all and your friends try. You and your friends will deal with this. I am done with y'all. I have no confidence in any military who would sit and watch civilians be treated this way and y'all do nothing about it. You are watching a failed state and y'all say nothing. And then when people pop, fire 2 shots at the body, you suddenly want, no, no, listen, every citizen is a soldier. No. The police who were taking us in Linden are for target practice, who had some instruction apparently to shoot to the eyes alone, go carry them. Take them with y'all. We, the citizens, all ethnicities will unite and our unity, we can't focus on Venezuela right now. We have to focus on if we're going to survive the policemen, because if you only talk wrong in your house and somebody records you in your house or the car or the market somewhere, and they share your voice, not a voice, no, they just let your voice be heard somewhere, you're being arrested and being called a terrorist. So we can't deal with Venezuela. We have to deal with whether we're going to be called terrorists and put before the court. And the magistrates are so perfectly attuned to what's happening that nobody gets bail, straight to jail. So we don't have strength with Venezuela. Y'all and your friends are in Venezuela. We need to deal with whether we're going to be called terrorists, whether if we say, I don't believe Adriana drowned in that pool. Oh, you are perverting the course of justice. You are obstructing the course of justice. You are spreading mischief. You are spreading misinformation. So that's a threat. Oh, you won't call us a threat? Well, your threat is at the border. You, a friend, you're going to understand what threat looks like. What a threat looks like is at the border. Deal with it. You have caused, you and Barrett, along with Anil, you have caused the citizens of this country, for the greater part, to lose all sense of patriotism. Y'all, the only love that's left in our hearts is not to fight Venezuela. It's to fight to protect ourselves in our own country from y'all. That's all we have left. How do I, as a father, get in my vehicle tomorrow and drive without thinking, oh, well, maybe the police will come pick you up today? Because after all, you may be called a terrorist. Hell, and you want to tell me about every citizen a soldier? I tell you, when I get back to talk far, and I'm mad. Every citizen a soldier? Huh? Well, Adriana's father is a soldier. Tell him to go fight for y'all. You think he'll go? He's in Essequibo, by the way. He's in East Bank of Essequibo. You think that man would have any desire, along with his wife, to go to any border to fight when you all treat them like that? Get out of my face. Carry your friends. You unconscionable. You have no regard for people. You have no respect. When the journalist, I think it's Vina, asks you, Flatvina, what's her name? Sorry, Marshall, ask you, I think it's a person, do you intend to bring the FBI? You, and your facial expression changed. You could see how bitter you were. How dare you ask me this question? Oh, you big boy, you know her. Well, Maduro and you could talk. You go to the border and talk to Maduro. Go at Cayuni and say, Nicholas, come, let's talk. You go to Cayuni and ask Nicholas for a conversation. You go. You're the commander in chief. You go first. Carry your wife with you because he's a soldier too. Don't leave her home. You carry Madam. I'm quiet for a whole week since Adriana died and was murdered and put into a pool. Carry her with you. All of those who saying about the pool was cloudy, you carry Mr. Fair to Cloudy and his sons. You take them. Carry him. Carry the bushy-headed moron. Take him with you all. Even better, the hotel owner, take him. Put him at the front. The hotel owner, take him and put him at the front. We'll make him a commander overnight. He is a lieutenant colonel. Take him, put him at the front. Let him go to the front. I have a perfect army for you. I have the perfect military force for you. You're not coming to anybody you call scrape, thug, was it? Political aspirants. Yeah, you call us, remember that? Because I'm talking to AFC, we having meetings, or we came under the press conference. Oh, these people here, they were AFC. Oh, well, y'all go. Barrett, you said the PNC, they chop off Falkirk head and got sprinkle thing on the road. Well, PNC, walk over here. They can't go border. The PNC said, Leave a majority to walk over Maduro. Let them cut off 10 chicken head and shake it in the road and all that you talk about. Let them cut a chicken head in Georgetown. You go to the border. Your eyes pass people. You all want to create such division across this country and then have us watch a girl family and watch people begging, pleading with you all, please let us go and find this girl. Please, please, my daughter's in there, please. And you are so cold hearted. When you finish, and people got mad and said, hell no, this isn't going on like that. And they started burning tires. Oh, they're terrorists? Huh? They're terrorists because of that? They called terrorists, and an army sat back quietly for over almost a month. An army sat back and saw, I say again, policemen coming to Linden with live ammunition, shooting and killing people. And the army sat back and watched that. And no junior rank in the army, no lower rank can go out and act on his own. He has to be instructed. And our soldiers, I know them. Many from Buxton, many from 51 Village, 52 Alness, in these places. Our soldiers, I know these men. Our soldiers have to sit back. Sergeants, corporals, lance corporals, constables, and others have to sit back. Privates, as I should say, and watch as their villagers, their friends, were shot and killed while the brigadier couldn't even talk. And then you expect us to pick up arms and go shoulder to shoulder with those same soldiers and try to defend this country? Irfan has to go in front. Barrett, front. Cotalona, front. Hicken, front. Mandel, put him over Tyranny River. Let him go the other side or in the middle of the river. You got footage. We got footage of you swimming across Tyranny. Put him in the middle of the river. Put him. I told y'all again. Don't ask me to be presidential and speak as if I'm aspiring to be president. I aspire to be Guyanese who love my country and who would not take foolishness from anybody. I will not accept any crap from anyone, y'all. You're doing too much. I am sick and tired of you. What could possibly possess you to show up today to tell us that every citizen is a soldier? What could have gotten into y'all? Can tell me which devil, because it can be an angel, which demon got into your ears and told you, can every citizen is actually a soldier? When you found that out? When did you discover this? When did you discover this? Tell me when this occurred to you. When did you get this message? When did you get this information on the screen? That it is the duty of every citizen to defend the state. When you got the message? Oh, you didn't know this. You had no clue of this. I say again, when Irfan, who according to what's supposed to happen, appointed Robeson Ben, and Irfan appointed Clifton Hicken. Wait, Irfan appointed Anil. Though we know that's Barrett. But wait, you Khan were also appointed by Irfan. Remember that? You were brought back to lead the army. Remember that? And as the leader of the army, you seem to have forgotten that every citizen in this country is a potential soldier. So if you treat the citizens of the country badly, you're treating soldiers badly. Can you tell us how they're eating at the border? Can you tell us why up until today, we're being told that two soldiers who survived the horrific crash, suddenly they have nothing. They have been gagged. They cannot tell us what happened on that day. And you want us to go somewhere to defend somebody? How are we getting there? How are we reaching to the border? If I board a helicopter today because I'm a patriot and I say I'm going to the border to see what happens, am I to think that a black box, which is indestructible in reference to crashing into a mountain, that's simple. A fire, easy. Water for about what? Almost 2 weeks, I think it is, or a week, easily. But this one on this helicopter hit a mountain when planes could fly at 500, 600 miles an hour and crash, and the black box is still intact. Your helicopter can fly at 400 miles an hour, and it could hit a mountain called you said. And two soldiers who survived can't step forward yet to say, I was in a helicopter, this is what we saw, this is what happened. Because you don't need a black box if you have two survivors, you wicked liars. You don't need a black box if you have two survivors who could easily tell what happened. Two. Oh, but years have passed and they can't talk yet. And then you want to tell me stupid things about black box damage? And I must stand to fight with y'all? Huh? Policemen, not all of y'all. Your squaddies who could aim well, like with Mr. Hollingsworth, they could aim from the fence, bam, shoot him in his eye. We need you all at the border. Shoot them in the eye. Right across Caroni River, those who shooting at our soldiers, y'all go to the front because you could shoot well. Go to the front. I am gone. I'm going to sleep if I can sleep, because I've not been sleeping well since Adriana's situation. Since the 23rd of April, I have not had maybe 4 hours of sleep. Since the 23rd, I told you I want to sue these people. If I could have something, I'll get together with me. And some attorney with some nuts, we would file a class action suit against the Ghana Police Force, against the Minister of Home Affairs, against Anil Nandalal, because I have not been able to sleep, against Clifton Hicken. I have not been able to rest because, for one, now even my mind is tortured. Would my nephew, if he's speaking to his friend in the car driving and the friend records him, would my nephew be held for terrorism? Would my nephew be called a terrorist? Would a saint in Yahweh be called, if Apostle Thomas, Apostle Bisson, somebody is talking privately somewhere? One of my daughters having a private conversation and their friend record it and just put it out there. Am I to think that my child would be like Nurse King? Mugshot, wanted bulletin, dragged before the court, put on a cold concrete floor to sleep, and he being called a terrorist? We need to sue these people. We need to approach the court. I'm thankful that I saw something from GPSU. Hopefully, there'll be a nationwide strike. Because if there's one public servant, and Nurse King should be a public servant, Patrick Yard, or whoever y'all are, Gardner, all y'all, if there's one public servant being held as a terrorist because the tire was burnt and they were picked up, you all need to strike. Shut everything down. I tell you all again, if there's only one public servant who's being held for terrorism because somebody burned tire, you all need to strike. This is the perfect time for protest action. You're not demonstrating, walk off the job until they free these people. Because a teacher could be at school or a nurse could be at work and talking about this situation in private, and somebody who hates her decide, okay, let me hit record and then share it. Next, you know, nurse get arrested or doctor get arrested. You're a terrorist. 15 years in jail you face. And the magistrate who works so perfectly says, no bail. No bail for you. No bail. You let me go. I'll talk with you soon. Let me catch a few minutes if I can. I don't know how many I'll get, but I'll try. Bye-bye.